Chapter 31, Inventory of Harvest. You are listening at NovelThe. Luo Feng flew to the main entrance of YingCosmic Guild Hall. The waiter who was responsible for receiving Luo Feng last time was already waiting for him. Shenjun. The waiter immediately stepped forward and said with a smile, "The deputy head of the hall has given instructions and asked me to invite Shenjun to come over." Deputy Hall Master. Luo Feng nodded slightly, "Lead the way." The waiter led Luo Feng away from the main building, flew into the depths of the YingCosmic Guild Hall complex, and landed in front of a small building. The door of the small building was open. The waiter said, "The deputy director is already waiting for the Lord God inside." Luo Feng nodded and walked into the small building, while the waiter was guarding outside. Inside the small building, a figure condensed in grey mist was sitting there, and the two holes condensed in grey mist seemed to be looking at Luo Feng with a smile. "Lord Luoha, please take a seat." The grey fog figure personally helped pour the wine. Luo Feng sat opposite. "How about trying this glass of wine?" The grey fog figure said. Luo Feng picked up the wine glass and saw a chill in the wine, and there was a faint roar of a terrifying beast. Luo Feng picked it up curiously and took a small sip, feeling a coolness spreading in his soul. "This wine is made from the blood of the God King level alien beast, the Ice Wind Beast of all realms. It has a nourishing effect on the soul and can improve understanding." The grey fog figure said, "Take 1 cup and the effect will be lasts a day." "Improve your understanding?" Luo Feng was surprised. "Ice Wind Beast from all realms." It is recorded in the inheritance of Duandong River that this God King level beast is made of ice, and its ice scales naturally breed a large number of universes. There are so many universes that it can be called 10,000 worlds. The wind it breathes has some power from the original avenue, so it was called the Ice Wind Beast of all realms a long time ago. Not long after it appeared on the origin continent, it was captured alive by YingCosmic ancient country. I have been raising it and extracting its body materials to refine various precious medicines, fine wines, etc. When I came out of YingCosmic ancient country, I brought some with me. I will only entertain friends who I admire." The grey mist figure said. "Deputy Hall Master, you are overly complimentary." Luo Feng indeed felt that this coolness has been spreading in his soul, and the speed of his soul's thinking and operation has greatly increased. Presumably his comprehension has also improved, as the other party said. The grey mist figure shook his head. "In a relatively remote country like you state, resources are limited after all. Anyone who can kill the Blood Python Guild leader one-on-one at the Eternal True God stage is very powerful." Luo Feng smiled. "That's right, the Blood Python Guild master has a very deep accumulation in all aspects, and he also uses the secret treasure of the mechanical style, so his strength is indeed super strong. Does the Eternal God want to kill him? Tough indeed. Like Shuayun and Mo Lixiao, they are all elites cultivated by the kingdom of God. I'm here today to collect the reward," Luo Feng said. "Before you fight, only you, Lord Luoha, will accept the mission. And after accepting the mission, the Blood Python Guild leader will die soon after." The grey mist figure said, "But according to the rules of the YingCosmic Guild Hall's Dark Hall, you still have to accept the mission. We need proof to kill him. Only you accept the mission, so you only need to take out the corpse, or the remains of the corpse, or his main weapons and treasures," the grey fog figure said. "If there are several strong men taking over the task at the same time, then YingCosmic Guild Hall's review and confirmation will be much stricter. Is this okay?" Luo Feng turned over his hand and took out the armor left behind by the Blood Python Guild leader after his death. There were several inconspicuous cracks and wounds on the armor. However, as a secret treasure of eternal level armor, as long as it is nourished by divine power, these cracks and wounds can slowly heal. The grey fog figure looked at it, smiled and nodded. "Okay. This is a bounty of 160,000 cosmic sand." The grey fog figure waved his hand gently, and a jade bottle appeared in front of Luo Feng. Luo Feng took the jade bottle and examined it with his divine power, and found 160,000 pieces of cosmic sand inside. Obviously YingCosmic Guild Hall has been prepared for a long time. If the large amount of cosmic sand carried by Lord Luoha does not need to be used immediately, it can be temporarily stored in the Yenfeng Guild Hall. The grey fog figure smiled. It can be exchanged at any Yenfeng Guild Hall in the entire origin continent. No need. Luo Feng stood up. He knew that Yenfeng Guild had a storage business, especially when powerful practitioners died without arranging successors. Then what they store in the Yenfeng Guild Hall will naturally become the guild halls. Deputy Master, I'll take my leave now. Luo Feng said. The grey mist figure stood up to see him off. After Luo Feng left, a strong man appeared out of thin air in the small building. Master, why don't you have a few words with him? The grey fog figure looked at the burly man. Being able to kill the Blood Python Guild leader by oneself usually has some origin. Either he is an elite cultivated by the kingdom of God, or he has some adventures and has gone through a lot of training. But this Luoha, Yenfeng Guild Hall has no previous records. Zhuang the tall man shook his head slightly. I think he is like a mist. Second uncle, don't you think he is too casual? He went directly to the Blood Python Guild headquarters in broad daylight and killed the Blood Python Guild leader. After killing him, he immediately came to our Yenfeng Guild Hall to collect the bounty. The strong man frowned. Can't he guess that there should be many forces in Huyang City that will be watching the Yenfeng Guild Hall gate? If he comes to the Yenfeng Guild Hall at this time, he will definitely be discovered by many forces. The grey mist figure nodded. Yes, he is indeed too casual. It shows that he doesn't take those forces seriously. The strong man smiled, but one thing is certain, he values this bounty very much. The vast majority of cultivators have to run for resources. The grey fog figure lamented. During his time presiding over the Yenfeng Guild Hall, he was used to seeing the eternal true gods who would do anything for wealth. Huyang City, cave number 913 of Chaos Armor. Lord Rosa, just stay here and watch. Moyu Qinyan was meditating in a small building near the gate of the cave, while Morosa was also staring at the main entrance of the cave. Leave me alone. Morosa scolded. Oh. Moyu Qinyan immediately shut up, not daring to say more. Morosa waited patiently. Finally, the cave formation was activated, the door opened naturally, and Luo Feng flew in from the outside. Master. Morosa immediately rushed out and came to Luo Feng, smiling ingratiatingly. Moyu Qinyan also immediately followed and waited aside. When Luo Feng saw Morosa's appearance, he smiled and said, "Don't worry, I'll try my best to keep your food for you." "Thank you, Master." Morosa was overjoyed. "Qinyan, hurry up and understand the rules carefully," Luo Feng warned. "Yes." Moyu Qinyan responded immediately. Then Luo Feng took Morosa to the underground hall first. Master is so powerful. He went straight into the Blood Python Society headquarters and didn't know whether the Blood Python president was dead or alive. Moyu Qinyan thought and returned to the small building nearby. The more powerful Luo Feng was, the more full of expectations he naturally had. After all, if he passes the test, he is expected to become a disciple. Moyu Qinyan sat cross-legged in the small building and began to carefully comprehend the 10 basic laws. Underground hall, inside the Star Tower, Luo Feng waved his hand and threw out the corpses of the Demon Vice President and the Blood Python Guild leader Mu Yang. The two huge corpses had a terrifying aura. 2 corpses. Morosa's eyes lit up. There is also a vice president who has the body of a poisonous insect and turned into millions of poisonous insects. Luo Feng said, "I destroy millions of poisonous insects, and he will be completely annihilated and disappear. But I suspect that he may still be alive, because of the power of such poisonous insects. If you cultivate your body well enough, a poisonous insect can save your life. But he is weak, so there is no need to care." Morosa nodded and looked at the body of the Blood Python president with intense eyes. "We still need the body of a strong man." The Blood Python president's bloodline is estimated to have reached the 10th level of the eternal true God, and the bloodline he majored in is also very powerful. As long as you like it. Luo Feng nodded and went to another layer of the star tower. Morosa sat down cross-legged and began to absorb the powerful blood and various energies contained in these two corpses. Luo Feng was alone on the first floor of the star tower. Look at how much we have harvested this time. Luo Feng waved his hand and took out all the spoils from this trip to the Blood Python headquarters. Good guy, how come this Blood Python guild leader carries so much cosmic sand? Luo Feng looked at the treasures storing cosmic sand in front of him, and he couldn't help but be surprised, including those carried by the two vice presidents, and then including the bounty, the number of cosmic sand exceeds 980,000. This huge amount of cosmic sand surprised Luo Feng. The resources of the eternal true God are either used in practice or exchanged for powerful treasures. Luo Feng was surprised. The Blood Python president carries so much cosmic sand with him, which is beyond my expectation. The resources for the second body refining should be enough. Luo Feng looked happily at the blood-colored disc suspended next to him. The blood-colored disc was shiny and flowing. When he looked carefully, he found that there was a mighty blood river flowing inside. Luo Feng reached out and held the blood-colored disc, and his perfect divine power penetrated into it. After pouring in the perfect divine power, he quickly refined this lost mechanical secret treasure and obtained a lot of information from it. The eternal true God-level single-body mechanical secret treasure river of life and blood. Luo Feng was secretly surprised. With this mechanical secret treasure, the divine body can be turned into a river of blood, with almost no flaws. Whether it's protecting one's body, killing enemies, escaping, corroding, or avatars, this river of life and blood has the characteristics of chaos and is very powerful. Judging from the value, my Wu-killing wings are valued at around 1 million cosmic sand, while this river of life blood is valued at around 1.5 million cosmic sand, or even higher. Luo Feng concluded, the eternal true God-level mechanical secret treasure, which can be used to master some of the power of the Chaos realm, is already the best in the entire Origin continent. The valuation is generally between 500,000 cosmic sand and 5 million cosmic sand, and there is no essential difference. The mechanical style secret treasure worth 5 million cosmic sand is more like a perfect combination of several mechanical style secret treasures. With a thought, Luo Feng poured a full 1% of his divine power into the blood-colored disc. Although he did not study the mechanical flow secret treasure of the river of life blood carefully, with his perfect divine power, he could make rough things when he got it. Use. Rumble. The bloody disc trembled. 1% of Luo Feng's divine power is even greater than the divine power of the infinite divine body, eternal true God. A river of blood was formed that was about to sweep everything and devour everything. It seemed to be submerging everything, causing everything to return to chaos and merge into the river of blood. Luo Feng looked at the terrifying river of blood floating in front of him and smiled. Such a powerful treasure, Guild Master Blood Python has wasted it. Luo Feng lamented. In terms of enemies, killing Wu Yui is not as difficult and terrifying as this river of life and blood, thanks to the two newly rewarded alliance leaders, Sanyuan, a new name. Chapter 34 Strong Outsiders. You are listening at NovelThe. You state, within the chaos state of Yun Pleiades, deep in an ancient mountain range, there is a tribe living and multiplying here. But at this moment, the tribe gathering place is silent, and tens of thousands of creatures in the tribe lie silently. Suddenly, a wisp of breath flew out of the bodies of these tens of thousands of creatures, and the tens of thousands of wisps of breath merged into one, turning into a grey-robed figure, his face covered by the robe. The minds of the tens of thousands of creatures in this tribe are too weak. My bloodline has swallowed up their souls and consciousness, and there is no reaction at all. The figure in grey robe shook his head gently. Even if such a weak true God swallows hundreds of millions, it will not help me. Very little. We still need some precious resources. If we can absorb the essence and blood of chaos-level beasts, it will be of much help. The grey-robed figure thought. It's too difficult to become the master of chaos by following the path of bloodline cultivation. The path of bloodline cultivation is easy in the early stages, but requires more resources as you go on. In the entire origin continent, the limit of bloodline cultivation is the Chaos Dominion realm. To break through to the Master of Chaos, there are naturally many thresholds. Ha! The grey-robed figure turned over his hand and took out the Karma Order. He was not worried about Karma being locked, because the superior Chaos Lords looked down on him at all, and the eternal true God. In his opinion, the eternal true God is his prey. Luoha, Huyang City, Zhejiang Chaos State. He killed the leader of the dark forces in Huyang City, Blood Python Guild leader Mu Yang, and possesses at least 2 mechanical treasures, which may be worth more than 6.5 million cosmic sand. The grey-robed figure, my heart is moved. In terms of sneak attacks and assassinations, not many eternal gods can survive my hands. The grey-robed figure was very confident. He has traveled across many chaotic states and has rich experience in fighting against strong men. Go to Huyang City. When you arrive, go to the Yanfeng Guild Hall to find out the details of the Luoha River, and then make a sneak attack plan. The grey-robed figure moved, completely integrated into the world, and disappeared. He was passing through the void at a terrifying speed, heading straight towards the Zhejiang Chaos State's Huyang City. In the area where he was originally, tens of thousands of creatures lay silently, their bodies completely disintegrated. Many tribal people in the wild are eager to live in large cities. It's because in the wild, you might encounter disaster one day. A passing terrifying beast could swallow an entire tribe in one bite. A passing eternal true God might kill a tribe for the sake of cultivation, wealth, or simply to vent his anger. Only by living in the city can you have a stable life. Huyang City. Brother Entropy, do you have time? I'll treat you to the Fire World Restaurant. Luo Feng contacted Entropy Tianyan. Brother Luo, he is treating me to a treat. I don't know how many eternal true gods in the entire Huyang City can ask for it. Of course I have time. I can leave now. Entropy Tianyan responded to the message. Okay, I'll see you at the Fire World Restaurant later. Luo Feng liked Entropy Tianyan's bold temperament. After the two parties made an appointment, Luo Feng immediately set off with Morosa and Moyu Qingyan. In a flying boat, Morosa said from the side, Master, Entropy Tianyan is just an ordinary eternal true God. Are you giving him such face? In Morosa's view, the master Luo Feng, who can enslave world beasts and is a perfect god himself, is definitely a genius among geniuses, an ordinary and eternal true God, and the master does not need to pay too much attention to it. Making friends doesn't just depend on strength. Luo Feng said. Really? Morosa didn't quite understand. Anyway, in his eyes, those ordinary eternal true gods were only worthy of being food. And when I get along with Brother Entropy, it's me who asks for help from him. Luo Feng said, I often ask him about some weapon refining skills, and he always gives me pointers without reservation. Morosa said, the master asked him for help. That was his great opportunity. Moyu Qingyan listened on the side and did not dare to interrupt at all. Sometimes he was also surprised that his master was obviously very powerful, but as a servant, Lord Rosa, who was just the true god of the void, spoke so casually. Master is too kind to tolerate Lord Rosa being so rude. Moyu Qingyan thought to himself, he did not dare to be rude in any way. Qingyan. Luo Feng said. Master. Moyu Qingyan was extremely respectful. I heard from Mo Limeng that your father, Mo Yuhu, has entered the city lord's palace to serve. Luo Feng asked. Moyu Qingyan said, my father also told me to express my gratitude to the master after he comes out of seclusion. I was also looking for opportunities to talk about this before. Thank me. Mo Yuhu is very polite. Luo Feng nodded. My father devoted himself to us 3 brothers, and I was lucky enough to follow my master. Moyu Qingyan said, my father tried his best to send my eldest brother into the Zhu clan. He also sent my 3rd brother into the Tianyan sect. Later, master, after you killed the Blood Python Guild leader, my father was recruited to the city lord's mansion. My eldest brother also rose to the top within the Zhu clan and was accepted as a disciple by the eternal true god, Zhu Yu. Moyu Qingyan said. Luo Feng was surprised. Zhu Yu, the eternal true god of the Zhu clan, accepts your eldest brother as his disciple? Yes. Mo Qinyan nodded. My father said that both the city lord's mansion and the Zhu clan should want to make friends with the master. But there are very few people in the entire Huyang city who have anything to do with the master. That's why he showed his kindness to the master. My father, my brother. Luo Feng smiled. Indeed, he only has two servants, one is Morosa and the other is Moyu Qinyan. All the forces can only start from the Moyu family, but this has greatly changed the situation of the Moyu family. Where is your third brother? Luo Feng asked. My third brother is still learning basic skills in Tianyan sect. Mo Qinjian said, the refining skills in Tianyan sect are strict and must be learned step by step from the basics. Luo Feng nodded. Your father is quite good at choosing. Tianyan sect has a good reputation, and their leader N Tianyan is also my good friend. The Zhu family is the largest family in Huyang city. He sent one of his two children to Tianyan sect and the other to the Zhu family, with good intentions. None of the 5 major families in the city lord's mansion is a local family, they are either branches of the God King family or branches of the Chaos Overlord family, the most powerful local family that has truly taken root in Huyang city and has been multiplying step by step in Huyang city is the Zhu family. The Zhu family does business honestly and does not mix with the dark forces, but its strength is extremely powerful. In Huyang city, there are only a handful of people who can kill the president of the Blood Python. But the leader of the Zhu family, Zhu Hu, is one of them. In terms of strength, none of the 5 major families dare to say that they are stronger than the Zhu family. Of course, in terms of background, the 5 major families have too many backgrounds and may transfer some terrifying existences at any time. Father did try his best for the 3 of us brothers. But father can enter the city lord's mansion, and my eldest brother can be accepted as a disciple by the eternal true God, all thanks to the master. Mo Qinjian said gratefully. If you want to thank me, master the 10 basic laws as soon as possible. Luo Feng said. Yes. Mo Qinjian knew very well that he had encountered a great opportunity, but the premise is that he can grasp it. Mastering the 10 basic laws is the first test of accepting disciples. He spends more than 90% of his time every day in comprehending the laws, and dare not slack off. He even tried to coax Lord Luosa, and ask Lord Luosa for some advice. Fire Realm Restaurant. Shangzuan. Black Butcher was extremely excited to greet him in advance. As time went by, the news that the Blood Python president was killed by Luo He gradually spread from the upper echelons of Huyang city to the middle echelons. Black Butcher runs a restaurant, and he is well informed. He also heard the news. Moreover, the headquarters of the Blood Python Association has been reduced to ruins, and the merchants who need to pay offering fees have been talking about it for a long time. Haha. Luo Feng looked at the excited look of Black Butcher and joked, Black Butcher, has the Blood Python Association exempted your offering fee? The Blood Python Association is gone, so there is naturally no so-called offering fee. Black Butcher said gratefully, and the other 2 dark forces fighting for the Blood Python Association's territory have come to me and told me that they will exempt my Fire Realm restaurant from offering fees in the future. The 2 dark forces fighting for the Blood Python Association's territory. Which 2 parties are they? Luo Feng asked curiously. One side is Qianshan Tower, and the other side is Lujun League. But they are very friendly to my Fire Realm restaurant. Black Butcher said gratefully, I know, this is all because of the Supreme. Luo Feng smiled lightly, they are very tactful. They are afraid that after collecting the offerings, you will go and kill them. N Tianyan walked out of the small building in the distance. Brother Luo He, you are 1 step slower than me as the host. It's already the fastest speed. Luo Feng walked over with a smile. Black Butcher, hurry up and prepare some food and drinks, and spend more time. I will do my best. Black Butcher was full of energy. Luo Feng and N Tianyan entered the small building together. You feel that many forces in the entire Huyang city are circling around you. N Tianyan said with a smile, Huyang City seems to have many strong people, but in the end, it is the most powerful ones who decide everything. And now, you are also a member who influences the order. The most important thing is that you have no ties and no family. There are naturally many forces that want to win you over, and they are all willing to pay a high price. Want to win me over? I don't look down on the general price. Luo Feng personally poured wine for NaN, come, drink. Brother Luo he poured the wine himself, but few are qualified to taste it. NaN happily picked up the wine glass. After drinking a glass of wine, NaN looked outside in surprise. At this moment, Moyu was naturally guarding outside the small building, but Morosa was sitting on a big rock not far away, holding a wine pot in one hand to drink, and at the same time ordered the Fire Realm restaurant to make some food. Your servant is very casual. NaN said. He followed me when I was still a true god. He is a servant, but also a brother. Luo Feng said, by the way, I invited you today because I encountered some confusion in body refining. Body refining is just a branch of equipment refining. If you have any confusion, just tell me. NaN was extremely confident when he mentioned equipment refining. One question, one answer. Luo Feng asked about some confusions in the second body refining of chaos power diagram, but NaN made it look easy and explained these confusions from different angles, which made Luo Feng suddenly enlightened. Thanks to the 5 new leaders who gave rewards, I go to Tomato, Katrin 2000, Bubble Fish, Galaxy Lord, and Divine Skyfall. Chapter 35 Second Body Refining. You are listening at NovelThe. Chaos Powerful Map has a total of 3 body refinings in the Eternal True God stage. If we say that the third body refining requires extremely high requirements for the secrets of the law, it also requires high requirements for weapon refining skills. Then the requirements for the second body training are relatively low. Luo Feng, who has mastered the essence of the law, and one of the best weapon refiners in Huyang City, NaN, solved his doubts. Coupled with his previous accumulation, he was able to completely understand the key points of the second body refining during this meal. Now that I understand the theory, the next step is practice. Luo Feng said with a smile. Theory is the foundation, and practice is the ultimate expression of strength. NaN said with a smile, Brother Luo since you are refining the body, even if you fail occasionally, you can refining the body again. Refining the body is much simpler than refining the weapon. Even if most of the divine body is destroyed, it can still be restored. The fault tolerance rate of body training is of course extremely high. When it comes to manufacturing weapons, armor, mechanical secret treasures, etc., the error tolerance rate is much lower. If body refining is as difficult as weapon refining, the body refining lineage will not be so prosperous. Luo Feng said with a smile, there are many people who practice body training, but there are too few who also practice weapon refining. In this world, it all comes down to strength. No matter how strong your weapon refining skills are, what does it matter? NaN shook his head, when you meet someone who is strong, don't you still have to bow your head obediently? Luo Feng nodded. Master Sashank could refine a God King level weapon, and he also had many friends, but what was the result? Faced with the threat of the Shurgua, the Jin state had only one way to be destroyed. The mountaineers did not put their hope in those friends, but fled to the universe seat. Asking for help from others is worse than asking for help yourself. In the small building, Entropic Tianyan and Luo Feng were quiet for a while. Entropic Tianyan's eyes were in a trance, and he could vaguely see the figure who was thinking about him day and night. Fire Realm Restaurant, Suawan was cooking with great concentration. It had been more than a month since he had been in this restaurant, and he was gradually able to get started with some ordinary dishes. Okay. Suawan waved his hand, and a delicious dish was successfully placed on the plate. Other waiters took the plate and left. Junior brother Suawan's cooking skills are already quite good. The other cooks at the Fire Realm restaurant praised them. They were also disciples of the Black Butcher, and they had been following the Black Butcher for a longer time. Compared to my senior brothers, my cooking skills are very average. Suo Wan grinned. Being able to cook is also a big improvement for him. Suo Zhen, Suo Zhen. Suddenly a shout rang out. When Suo Wan heard this, he said, "My brother is here, I'll go out." The other cooks didn't care either. After all, Suo Wan had just started cooking and could only cook a few relatively easy dishes, so he wasn't considered the main force. Suo Wan walked outside and saw Suo Yun, who was waiting. Suo Yun. Suo Wan was a little surprised when he saw it. "You." Suo Yun was high-spirited and smiled brightly. "I have made a breakthrough. I have finally broken through to the true God realm of the void." "Great." Suo Yun was excited. "It has been more than a century since the two of us came to Huyang City, and Suo Yun has finally broken through to the true God realm of the void." These brothers came to the city just for the opportunity. One of them became a guard of Jiao Rong's family, and the other was recruited into the Fire Realm restaurant. I seized the opportunity and received some resources given by the eldest daughter of the Jiao Rong family, and finally made a breakthrough in refining the bloodline. Suo Yun looked at his brothers. "Suo Kan, we are the most talented in the tribe. With ordinary cultivation secrets, even at such a young age, I have reached the 9th level of the true God. But in Huyang City, as long as I get powerful secret techniques and some resources, I can become the true God of the void, and so can you." Suo Wan's blood boiled when he heard this. The two of them are indeed very similar in talent, and the clan leader thinks that these two young people can go to Huyang City to make a career. "The resources I have are almost exhausted, and I can't help you for the time being," Suo Yun said, "but now that I am the true God of the void, I can easily join a force and become a middle-level person. When the time comes, I will take you in. You and my brother together, I believe you will soon become the true God of the void. I'm doing well in the Fire Realm restaurant, and Master is also very kind to me." Suo Wan said quickly. "You are working as a cook, when will you be able to gather the chaos crystals?" Suo Yun turned around and left. "Wait patiently, I will drag you over when I take root in the new force." During this time, Suo Yun was afraid of being slaughtered and plundered, so he had been hiding in his residence to practice cultivation, and finally made a breakthrough with the help of resources. Now that he was at his most energetic, he felt that it was very foolish for his brother Suo Wan to become a cook. Alas! Suo Wan watched his brother leave. Suo Zhen. The black butcher walked closer. "Master," Suo Wan said respectfully. Because of his good performance and his relationship with Luo Feng, he was officially accepted as a disciple by the black butcher. "Your senior brother is right, it is very slow to accumulate resources as a cook." The black butcher said, "Even in my long years, my accumulation of resources is still very limited. Maybe by following your brother, your future will be brighter." Suo Yun shook his head. "When we were hunting together in the tribe, Suo Yun liked taking risks. He still liked taking risks in Huyang City. He could succeed 10 times, but as long as he failed once, it would be over. All the creatures in the entire cave of Jiao Rong's family including all the guards were killed. He only survived by guarding Luo He Shangzuan at the Fire Realm restaurant. I tried to persuade him, but he didn't listen. Master, I would rather stay at the Fire Realm restaurant to study art. Since you are willing to stay in the Fire Realm restaurant, I will not treat you badly." The black butcher smiled and nodded. This disciple has the heart to take root in the Fire Realm restaurant, so he can train him with more confidence. "I think cooking is more suitable for me," Suo Wan said. "Cooking is also a way of mobilizing divine power and spiritual will." The black butcher nodded with satisfaction before leaving. As soon as the owner left, the other waiters immediately approached. "Suo Wan, has your brother become the true God of the void? It's really amazing. You have become the true God of the void after entering Huyang City for more than a century. I have been struggling for thousands of centuries, and I am still at the 8th level of the true God. Senior brother Suo Wan is at the 9th level of true God within the tribe, and his talent is much higher than that of you and me." The waiters were also very envious as they spoke. Their abilities are much worse than Suo Quan's, and most of them have not been formally accepted as disciples by the Black Butcher. Suo Quan smiled, but his mood was a little complicated. He was very decisive in front of Master, and what he said was true. But the brother of Suoyun, who grew up together, became the true god of the void. How could it not be exciting? Is it really like Suoyun said that you have to take risks to seize opportunities? Suo Quan thought, but the clan leader said that when hunting, you would rather give up 10 opportunities than risk your life easily. Although cooking is slower, it is more reliable. As long as it takes hundreds of centuries, I will be able to gather enough resources. Suo Zhan thought. In the small building, Luo Feng also saw the scene where Suo Quan and Suo Yun met. The two brothers entered Huyang City with him, so they were somewhat destined. The low-level true gods in Huyang City are all struggling. Entropy Tianyan looked outside. Most of them have to fight for opportunities. Even if they fight for resources with their lives, they usually fail to break through. This Suo Yun is quite talented. It was a breakthrough in one fell swoop. Luo Feng nodded. Both brothers are quite talented. Black Butcher's cooking skills are as exquisite as refining weapons and medicine. It also requires a perfect combination of divine power and will to create delicious food that affects the soul. Being able to get started so quickly is also a gift. Entropy Tianyan held the wine glass and said leisurely, both of them are talented, but among the vast number of true gods in Huyang City, most of them are not talented. Which one do you admire? Luo Feng asked with a smile. If I were young, I would appreciate Suo Yun more. As for now. Entropy Tianyan finished his glass of wine and said, I appreciate Suo Yun even more. Luo Feng nodded and glanced at some envious waiters in the Fire Realm restaurant. On the path of cultivation, avoid greed. Compared to ordinary waiters at the Fire Realm restaurant, Suo Yu is already very lucky. Luo Feng stood up. Yes, avoid greed. Entropy Tianyan nodded. It's easy to say, but how many strong people can do it? I have made the mistake of greed before. Some mistakes can be corrected. Some mistakes can be corrected if done. The law has changed. Luo Feng nodded and said, Brother Entropy, I will go into seclusion after I go back this time. If you have something urgent, you can also send a message to Rosa. You need to devote yourself to the retreat, and the summons will naturally be closed. Otherwise, the messages from the Dark Hall of Yanfeng Guild Hall, as well as messages from some familiar friends, will affect Luo Feng's concentration. As long as the message is given to Rosa, Rosa can telepathically contact Luo Feng. Okay. Entropy Tianyan nodded and smiled. I will definitely contact you if there is something urgent. The two of them walked out together, and the leader of the Fire Realm Pavilion, Black Butcher, immediately came to see the two eternal gods off in person. Luo Feng took Morosa and Moyu Qinyan, and after leaving the Fire Realm restaurant, they first went to the Yanfeng Guild Hall and purchased a large amount of materials needed for the second body training. I spent about 100,000 cosmic sand materials for the first body refining. According to my understanding of the second body refining, it is estimated that 650,000 cosmic sand materials will be needed. Luo Feng thought, considering that there will be some loss, prepare more, by 700,000 cosmic sand. The Yanfeng Guild Hall is indeed a famous chamber of commerce in the entire continent of origin. The materials required for 700,000 cosmic sands have been collected by the Yanfeng Guild Hall in just a few glasses of wine and chat. Because some materials are not commonly used, we have used some materials with the Cooperative Chamber of Commerce this time. The deputy owner of the Yanfeng Guild Hall said, if Brother Luo he wants to buy more, it is best to place an order through the Dark Hall first. We can prepare it first. After all, they are just branches of a large city, and their storage is limited. Okay. Luo Feng picked up the jade bottle. Inside this jade bottle was a massive amount of material containing 700,000 cosmic sands. Many of the materials were piled up into mountains. Chaos Powerful Map does not consume a lot of resources, but Luo Feng's divine body is too huge. Next time it will be the third body training, and the required materials will be doubled several times, so I have to book in advance. Luo Feng thought, but I can't afford so many materials for the time being, I'm still too poor. After purchasing the materials, Luo Feng left quickly with his 2 servants, Call. Flying all the way back to the cave, Luo Feng put away the flying boat, and Morosa and Moyu Qingyan naturally fell aside. Qingyan. Luo Feng ordered, I'm going to be in seclusion for a long time, so you don't need to stay in the cave all the time. You can go home at any time. Thank you, Master. Moyu Qingyan looked happy. He had not gone back since following Luo Feng. What about me? Can I go out? Malassalian asked. The last time the master was in retreat, he was in retreat for more than a century. As long as you don't get into trouble, you can wander around Huyang City as you like. Luo Feng said and flew directly towards the underground hall. After flying in, the door of the underground palace rumbled shut, and the formation operated to isolate the inside and outside. Luo Feng has already begun to retreat. Lord Rosa, I'll go back first. Moyu Qingyan said respectfully. Go on, let's go, I'll go out for a walk too. Moro beamed with joy and flew out of the cave one step ahead. Master just goes back and forth to those places, it's so boring. There are many interesting places in Huyang City. That the 2 servants left one after the other, the entire cave was quiet except for Luo Feng who was in seclusion. 100 alliances have been reached, a single chapter of 100 alliances has been published. Here is a reminder that all alliance leaders who give rewards can receive an alliance leader gift box, which contains a total of 6 peripheral products. Alliance leaders can click on the Add Alliance Leader QQ group below the novel introduction. After joining the main group, privately chat with the administrator Effort Crab and give an address and phone number, and the Alliance Leader gift package will be sent to you. Thank you for your support. Chapter 36 He's Here. You are listening at NovelThe. After Luo Feng had been in seclusion for more than 500 days, a grey-robed figure entered from the south gate of Huyang City. Finally, I have arrived at Huyang City. The grey-robed figure flew leisurely. He was used to the small universe field surrounding him. No matter whether it was the constant monitoring of the city lord's mansion or other practitioners around him, they could not find this grey-robed figure, because he often took some assassination missions. He was used to hiding himself. This is the border of Yu State. Huyang City, as a border city, is much more prosperous than ordinary large cities. The grey-robed figure was knowledgeable and found that Huyang City's scale, number of practitioners, and liveliness were all ranked among the top in the large cities he had visited. Suddenly. Boom! A huge flying secret treasure flew across the sky at super high speed. Wherever it passed, the airwaves rolled and spread to all directions. Hurry up and get out of the way. Get away. Some ordinary true gods who drove flying secret treasures kept dodging, and even some flying void true gods could only hide to the side helplessly. In Huyang City, those who dare to rush around like this are all children of big families with some background. According to the rules of Huyang City, killing is a serious crime. If it is just a collision with a flying secret treasure, these children of big families will not be severely punished at all. At most, they will be fined some chaos crystals. Many practitioners are helpless, and in that huge flying secret treasure, there are a group of guards, 6 children of big families who are drinking and having fun, and musicians playing music. How about my musician, is it no less than the musician of Menghua? A child of a big family laughed. Just then, the invisible source of law was quietly moved, affecting the operation of the law within the flying secret treasure. These children of big families, servants, musicians playing music, guards around, all living beings were silently decomposed into dust and dissipated between heaven and earth. Without divine power to control it, this huge flying secret treasure suddenly drew an arc and fell on the formation of a cave in the distance. It was blocked by the formation and fell on the street outside the cave, causing an uproar among many practitioners. Almost hit me. The grey-robed figure was flying and glanced at the huge flying secret treasure in the distance. It's a crime of insubordination, you should be killed. To him, it was just a thought to pinch a group of weak people to death. The grey-robed figure continued to fly leisurely, not caring about it at all. He had long been accustomed to this kind of thing in his long life. He often went to different cities for some assassination missions, and he would pinch anyone who angered him. Because he hid his figure from beginning to end, and there was no intersection in the past, the official could not find out the identity of the murderer. Who? Beside the fallen huge flying secret treasure, patrolling Huyang guards came one after another. During the busy daytime, some children of big families were killed just like that. The Huyang guards who came were very angry and carefully checked the flying secret treasure. Rumble, a huge black-scaled beast with 3 swords on its back, broke through the air. Commander. The surrounding Huyang guard saluted respectfully. Above the head of the black-scaled beast with swords on its back, a figure appeared. It was Commander Mo Lixiao's favorite little apprentice, Gao Wushui. Now Gao Wushui's aura is obviously much stronger, and he has become an eternal true god. I got the news that 6 clan members, including the Limeng royal family, were killed instantly, and all the servants and guards they brought with them were also killed. Gao Wushui looked down. Did you check the scene and find anything? Report to the commander. There is no trace, and there is no energy fluctuation of action. A captain of the Huyang guard reported, to be able to do this step silently, it should be the eternal true god. Gao Wushui stepped on the 3-sword black-scaled beast and looked at the fallen flying secret treasure from afar. His small universe domain naturally covered it and carefully checked every place. Killed silently, but the treasure they left behind is still in the flying boat. Obviously, the murderer doesn't care about this treasure at all. Gao Wushui frowned. The one who did it should be an eternal true god. He has a deep accumulation and has just broken through to become an eternal true god recently. Because he was appreciated by his master Mo Lixiao, he directly became one of the 10 commanders of the Huyang guard. Now he is driving the 3-sword sky-splitting beast, one of the 10 mechanical secret treasures of the Huyang guard. Compared with the 10 legions of Huyang, the overall strength of Huyang guard is much inferior, and the power of this legion-type secret treasure is also far behind. The 3-sword sky-splitting beast only needs 1 eternal true god and 3,000 void true gods to drive it. The city lord's mansion investigated and monitored the scenes of the entire city, and found no traces of the murderer. Gao Wushui shook his head gently. If the eternal true god was very careful, the city lord's mansion would not be able to find it at all. Investigate, find a way to investigate all traces. Who is the one who killed my family members? Investigate, dare to kill my Jiang family members. We must investigate clearly. Point 2 of the 6 dead big family members came from the 5 big families. One is a member of the Limeng royal family, and the other is a member of the Jiang family. The city lord's mansion naturally mobilized reconnaissance experts to explore various traces, but no discovery was made in a short time. These big family members died. After all, the Limeng royal family has countless royal family members after a long time, and the ones in Huyang City are already an inconspicuous branch of the Limeng royal family. It seems that the young man from a big family that I killed was of ordinary status. A grey-robed figure flew leisurely in Huyang City. It's been so long, and no strong man has tracked me down. Obviously the city lord's mansion didn't deduce the secrets to find me. The grey-robed figure thought. He often assassinated, so he tried every means to hide the cause and effect. It was not easy to track him through the cause and effect. Deducing the secrets of heaven is an easier way to achieve, but the cost will be very high. He was moody and would do whatever he wanted. He even killed the children of a Chaos Lord. That time caused a big disaster. Fortunately, the Chaos Lord had more than 300 children. The death of one child did not cause the Chaos Lord to send a strong force to kill him, so he escaped with the inherited life-saving secret method. He also fled to U-State for this reason. When he came to U-State, he was still so temperamental, and he would kill if he wanted to. I want to buy all the information about the eternal true god Luo He. The grey-robed figure flew in the air and contacted through the Dark Palace's communication order. All the information about Luo He is worth 100 cosmic sands. Are you sure you want to buy it? The Dark Palace responded. Buy. The gray-robed figure did not care about the price. The information was also divided into levels. The higher the level, the more expensive it was. The all information is even more expensive. Fortunately, Yanfeng Guildhall doesn't know Luo Feng very well, so the price of this information is not too high. Yingsang, after deducting 100 cosmic sands, you still have 829,200 cosmic sands in the Dark Palace. The Dark Palace responded, do you have a bounty for Luo He in Huyang City? The gray-robed figure asked, but he didn't find it through the communication order, no bounty. The Dark Palace responded, the gray-robed figure was quite unhappy and closed the communication order. The information from Yanfeng Guildhall is quite detailed. The gray-robed figure also saw an image, which was a scene of 6 pairs of golden wings behind Luo Feng spread out and surrounded by chaotic airflow. According to the image, Luo He's 6 pairs of wings are very similar to the single mechanical flow secret treasure, Chaos Golden Wings. Judging from the traces of the battle, he had an absolute advantage in the confrontation with the Blood Python president, and it is highly likely that he has realized the Chaos Realm moves. This detailed information also has some speculation. The information from Yanfeng Guildhall has speculated about most of it. It's just that the perfect divine body had never appeared in the origin continent before, so the Yanfeng Hall did not consider this possibility. The speculation is naturally biased. Comprehensive Chaos Realm moves. The gray-robed figure did not care. The top existence among the eternal true gods, relying on blood talent and understanding of the law of chaos, even if they did not fully comprehend the entire law of chaos, they might occasionally comprehend a killing move. No matter how high the comprehension is, the divine body will die if it is hit. The gray-robed figure thought, according to the information, he should be in seclusion in the cave now. When he is in seclusion, it is the most cautious time. I have to wait for the opportunity, wait for him to be most relaxed, and then attack him. Yanfeng Hall owner, Yingsang has come to Huyang City. He just bought Luo He's information through the Dark Hall. The deputy hall owner walked to the side of the sturdy man. He came to Huyang City. It seems that it was this Yingsang who killed the 6 children of the big family today. The sturdy man said with a smile. It's a pity that this information can't be sold. The deputy owner also laughed. The rules of Yanfeng Guild are strict. If you learn about the secrets of customers from other channels, you can naturally sell them as information, but if it is some transaction information between customers and Yanfeng Guild will never leak it. For example, Luo Feng recently bought 700,000 worth of cosmic sand as refining materials, and Yanfeng Guild will never leak it. Transactions must be kept confidential. The operation of the entire Yanfeng Guild is monitored by the formation spirit. Even as the owner and deputy owner, they dare not break the rules. He bought the information about Luo He, probably to deal with Luo He. The deputy owner said. I have never been able to see through Luo He, and this Yingsang may be able to find out his details. The sturdy man said, time passed, and Luo Feng had been in seclusion for more than 1,200 days in a blink of an eye, and the second level of Chaos Power Map was about to be completely completed. The first seclusion took more than a century, mainly because it took a long time for the divine body to grow to the peak, and the actual body refining time was not long. The second time, Luo Feng focused on refining his body, so he was naturally faster. At this moment, in the underground hall of chaos, a cave number 913, in the Star Tower, Luo Feng has already revealed a towering and huge divine body 18 billion kilometers high. I saw a large amount of materials piled in the distance flying up, and naturally began to melt, and then merged into the majestic divine body. After merging into the divine body, Luo Feng also divided many thoughts and began to record dense array diagrams. The first time I refined my body, it was just barely laying the foundation, and everything was relatively rough. Now the structure of the secret treasure is much more refined. As Luo Feng was about to succeed completely, his perception became very clear. His divine body is a super-large weapon secret treasure. The power of a weapon secret treasure 18 billion kilometers high can be imagined. The previous body refining, the secret treasure was very rough, and it was so powerful purely because it was large enough to break the law with force. but now it is much more sophisticated, and the power of the divine body is naturally much more terrifying. As the whole body was completely refined, Luo Feng felt a sense of joy from the bottom of his heart. Every move he made was several times more powerful than before. Even his flexibility and speed had improved qualitatively. I have been in the stage of improving my strength since I came to the origin continent. Luo Feng smiled. Those top eternal true gods usually practice to the limit in all aspects. Their bloodline reached the eternal 10th level, and their secret methods reached the eternal level limit. It was very difficult for them to make progress. Luo Feng has only completed the second level of the eternal level of the Chaos Power Map. He has only mastered 3 of the 6 eternal level swordsmanship of the 9 swords of breaking the world. The progress of the God King level methods such as Extinction and Donghua is even slower, and the progress of Luanshu is even slower. It takes epochs to slowly comprehend and improve. Go out and relax. After the second body refining, Luo Feng was in a good mood. He quickly put away the star tower and left the underground hall alone. Luo Feng found that the cave was very quiet. Morosa and Moyu Qinyan had not returned yet, thanks to the new leaders who gave rewards, Shen Weishan, Shiha, and Yongyuan Xiangxiang.